Let's see, what do we have? The bunker-busting howitzer bomb that ended Desert Storm. Okay, let's go.
Today we're talking about that time that America may or may not have prematurely ended the Gulf War by creating a new type of bunker buster bomb known as the GBU-28, which is literally the barrel of a howitzer that they filled full of explosives and dropped on the enemy. Yeah, Uncle Sam ran out of ammo and threw the entire gun at the enemy.
Dude, I wonder who thought of that, right? Who thought of the whole, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take the barrel off of a fucking tank and throw it at something? More or less, I don't, okay. I mean, that is pretty fucking badass, I ain't gonna lie.
But first, a word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Warwood Tools, where for over 160 years they've been making crowbars and axes and sledgehammers right here in America with American-grown wood and American-made 1060 high-carbon steel. And I'm gonna have their link and a discount code in the description down below in case you wanted to check them out. Let's get to this story. All right, buckle up. This.
Oh, in case you are wondering, yes, I will be leaving in their paid advertisements. If we are going to be reacting to them, the idea that they can advertise still is, I think, fair, especially if people don't turn around and fucking copyright my ass for this shit. So, we're going with that, okay? Okay.
It's gonna be a history lesson and a half. Once upon a time on August 2nd, 1990, Iraq decides to invade Kuwait. Why would Iraq want to do this? Well, Iraq just got done having an 8-year-long war with Iran, and Kuwait helped fund it. If so facto, Iraq owes Kuwait billions and billions of dollars. Rather than pay all that money back, Iraq's dictator, Iraq's dictator, Saddam Hussein, figures, rather than pay back all that money.
Okay. Okay, I get, yeah, okay. Penis potato is dictator. Okay, Iowa boy. Sometimes I miss Iowa.
Money, I'm just going to invade Kuwait with my enormous army that's the 4th largest army on the planet at this point in time, take over Kuwait, and then I won't owe anybody any money. It's not ethical, but it does make sense. And then pretty much nothing happened for like 3 months, but then in November of 1990, Saddam Hussein would do what dictators do best and get a little too greedy. You see, he figured now that he was in control of Iraq and Kuwait, it was a significant portion of the world's oil supply, so he could actually slow down oil production, which would jack up global fuel prices, and he would literally make more money for doing less work. And while that was economically sound,
I'm gonna guess that while it was economically sound, it probably wasn't the best idea when gas prices went up and everybody was pissing and moaning that they weren't making money anymore. But I don't think it's probably so much the gas prices is probably the excuses he's gonna come up with, but it's probably more the fact that the people in certain areas weren't making quite the amount of money they were before he was dictator supreme.
it would turn out to be a tactical fucking error, because as soon as gas prices went up, the entire planet looked at Saddam Hussein like,
so you have chosen death.
The UN Security Council would then hold another meeting where they would decide to tell Saddam Hussein, you have until January 15th, 1990.
Yeah, sure. Give the dictator an ultimatum. That works every time. Give a psychopath an ultimatum. I mean, this is stuff that happened in the past, so we all know how that worked out for him.
91 to be out of Kuwait, or you will be forcibly removed. Fast forward to January 15th, he is elected to not leave Kuwait. Game on, teams are now set. We have Iraq versus America, and a team of fucking literally everyone else. Fast forward again like 48 hours, January 17th, 2:30 a.m. American and coalition forces will begin their air campaign against Iraq. And there will be over 1,000 aircrafts involved. Everything from B-52s to Apache attack helicopters. It's going to be a warheads on foreheads extravaganza. And just for context on how dangerous this mission is actually going to be, because I feel like most people don't know or don't understand how powerful the Iraqi military actually was at this point in time, they were the 4th largest military on the planet, and they were the most heavily fortified nation on Earth. As far as air defense goes, Iraq had 154 surface-to-air missile sites servicing 16,000 missiles, 972 anti-aircraft artillery platforms, 2,400 anti-aircraft guns, 6,000 mobile anti-aircraft guns, 478 early warning radar arrays, and 558 combat aircraft on standby, all ready.
Okay, so I knew that Iraq had the Iraqi army was actually fairly substantial, but fuck, dude, I had no idea, no fucking clue it had that much shit. And still got its ass whooped.
Ready to get in a fight. That being said, fast forward again 2.5 hours, January 17th, 5 a.m. American and coalition forces have complete air superiority over Iraq and have dismantled all of that shit. And this is where the main problem arises. With complete air superiority, there's a good chance that they can actually make Iraq surrender without US and coalition ground forces having to go into Iraq. But the problem is the majority of the Iraqi senior leadership, as well as pretty much their entire command and control infrastructure, is located inside of bunkers right outside of Baghdad. And these bunkers are 30 to 50 feet underground, and the walls are made out of 4 feet thick reinforced concrete.
You think maybe they were trying to keep someone out?
There's no bomb or weapon that America has that they can use from a plane to take out these bunkers. So America's gonna do the last thing you ever want America to do. They're gonna improvise. I mean, the obvious solution is just to make a bigger, better bunker buster bomb, but the problem with that is they don't have any infrastructure to make a bigger bomb, and they're not gonna be able to build that infrastructure and build the bomb in the amount of time it's gonna take before American ground troops invade Iraq. Because once they do, they're gonna be in a hurry because they're under the command of 4-star Army General Stormin Norman Schwarzkopf, aka the Bear. A man whose life motto was, when placed in command, take charge, and he does not think highly of his adversary. When asked what he thought about Saddam Hussein, he said, and I quote, you know what, no, he'll say it.
As far as Saddam Hussein being a great military strategist, he is neither a strategist, nor is he schooled in the operational art, nor is he a tactician, nor is he a general, nor is he as a soldier. Other than that, he's a great military man. I want you to know that.
So they have to make this bomb in a hurry if they want.
Yeah, I remember Schwarzkopf there, man. He got a lot of shit in the news when I was a kid. Like, yeah, they go, well, Stormin Norman, he's bad or whatever for some reason, and he's just doing it because he wants paid from Halliburton and shit like that. And the same thing with, or no, it was wrong war, sorry, but yeah, I remember people not being too happy with him news-wise. But then again, the news is full of lefty fuckheads and always has been. So I guess that's about the part of the course, huh?
Want to prevent ground forces from going into Iraq. That's when somebody has the brilliant idea of using a howitzer barrel as the bomb's hull. I mean, it should work. It's a long, heavy piece of metal that's already heat treated, so it should penetrate concrete. And that's the idea they roll with. The Air Force gets a hold of the US Army. The US Army sends over 4 8-inch decommissioned M110 howitzer barrels to Watervliet Arsenal in New York. Watervliet Arsenal, being one of the most elite gun barrel manufacturers on the planet, gets to work immediately. They start milling and machining these barrels down to size so that they can fit pre-existing bomb components like nose cones and fins and so on. And Watervliet Arsenal tells the US Air Force they can have 4 of these bombs done in a week, which I cannot stress to you enough is absolutely insane. To be able to machine 4 gun barrels that are 19 feet long and weigh 4,500 pounds each and are already heat treated is incredible. If you don't know about heat treating, when you heat treat metal, it becomes significantly harder, and that's actually why they needed the howitzer barrels, but it also makes it virtually impossible to machine. I mean, not impossible, but significantly harder to machine. Think about like trying to spread butter on toast versus trying to spread frozen butter on toast. That's about the difference there. So they get the first bomb done, but then they run into a problem. Because they've never worked with a bomb this big, they don't have any way to actually stand it up straight and be able to fill it with explosive. So if you can't pick a bomb up, what do? You beat the earth down. They take it outside, dig a hole, stick the bomb in the hole, standing up, so that they can fill this thing with explosive. They get that done, paint it, stick it on a...
Dude, are they like just bucket filling that shit? They're just fucking bucket filling it? Wow. No, hell no. I couldn't do that. Could you imagine being the guy, they're like, hey dude, time to draw straws. Oh man, sorry dude, you drew the wrong. You drew the short straw, brother. hey, it's okay. What you're gonna do, right? You're gonna go up there and you're gonna pour this highly explosive shit into the ass end of a bomb. But it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. We are gonna give you and Fred. We're gonna make Fred go with you. Sorry, he's there to quote unquote supervise and make sure you don't blow yourself up. But we all know that Fred is a fucking moron. So don't give Fred the boom boom juice. Okay, don't give it to him. Last time we did, he tried to chug it. Okay, don't give Fred the boom boom juice. But you'll be okay. In fact, we're gonna give you a face screen, a rubber helmet, I think, and a lab coat. We all know that lab coats make everything safer, right?
Explosive. They get that done, paint it, stick it on a C-130 while the paint is still wet, and ship it to Nevada. From there, they strap the bomb to an F-111, the same plane they plan on dropping it from in combat, and do a test run. This bomb penetrates the desert floor by over 100 feet. Okay, if you're not American, that's like the world's biggest blue whale, all the way into the ground. This bomb went so deep that they didn't even have time to recover it. They're like, fuck it, we don't have time, Storm and Norman's coming, we gotta go, just leave it. Then, back at Watervliet Arsenal, they finished the second bomb. This time, they fill it with concrete because they want to do a rocket sled test in Aglin Air Base in Florida. So they get this thing done, fill it with concrete, put it on a C-130 while the paint's still wet, ship it to Florida. From there, they strap it to a rocket sled and yeet it at 22 solid feet of reinforced concrete just to see how far it will penetrate. Not only did this bomb penetrate all 22 feet of concrete, but it then proceeded to go an extra half a mile. This video should have been my fucking Valentine's Day special with how much penetration is in it. It's incredible. So then, back at Watervliet.
Okay, could you imagine if it wasn't another half a mile after going through 20 or 22 feet of fucking concrete, which is insane. If you were just some poor coyote out there, or some hiker dude, just kind of do, and this thing flung right by your head. Do you think maybe you would be traumatized for the rest of your entire life?
Arsenal, they finished the last two actual bombs that are going to be dropped in combat, put them on a C-130 again, and ship them across the planet to Iraq. Now bear in mind, all of this has happened in a matter of 3 weeks. They have gone from retired howitzer barrels to new bombs, to testing them in Nevada, to testing them in Florida, to having them in an active combat zone in 3 weeks, which is the biggest logistical flex I may have ever heard of. Nothing stokes human creativity greater than the desire to kill somebody that you don't like. I'm not saying it's right, but goddamn it, it's the truth. Now,
I would have to agree, that's the truth. I mean, spears, guns, swords. Yeah, pretty all innovative.
February 27th, these bombs are strapped to two F-111 aardvarks and they are sent into combat to engage these bunkers. The first F-111 lines up his shot and he fucking misses.
Didn't go in.
But the second F-111 drains a three-pointer and gets a direct hit. Smoke immediately starts rolling out of the vents for this bunker, and it is completely obliterated. And the very next day, Saddam Hussein would sign a ceasefire and agree to leave Kuwait. Now, did he do that because of this bunker buster bomb? That part is actually impossible to say, because despite the fact they got this bomb done and dropped in only 3 weeks, they still were unable to get it done quick enough before US and coalition ground forces would invade Iraq. And in the 4 days that those ground forces were in Iraq, they completely decimated the Iraqi army, and parts of that army were already starting to surrender to them. So whether the reason that Saddam Hussein decided to surrender was because his army was defeated, or because he finally found out that he couldn't hide inside of his bunker anymore safe while he sent men out.
Hussein was one of the prime examples of this world of, faffle. Fuck around and find out. He found the fuck out, didn't he, at the end of a rope?
To die is hard to say. But regardless, in conclusion, the overall moral of this story is whatever you do, try not to raise gas prices. Thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang, out.
Just go to the places he said. Coalition.com. Yeah, it's right there on the screen. Go there. Go. I mean, not like you need me to tell you to go. He's got 1.75 million subscribers. I think he's just fine without me shilling for him. Anyway, yeah. Apparently, we threw the barrel of tanks at bad guys.